experience. I went to prison at the age of 15, so I wasn't really out here in the scene. I'm 38 years old now. I went to prison at the age of 15. I got out at 34. I got charged as an adult.
Okay. So what did you do that you got like 20 years?
Basically, my charge was attempted murder, 2 attempted murders, dropped down the attempted manslaughter, and 3 counts of armed robbery.
Wait a minute, bro. Wait 1 minute. How you got attempted murder drop down to manslaughter? I thought manslaughter is when somebody died, right? Man, y'all get in the comments, man. I need y'all to let me, like, manslaughter is when somebody actually died, but say, like, you didn't really plan to unalive them, right? An attempted murder is like an attempt, which means that you planned to kill them, but they didn't lose their life. You too. Fam bam, man, what's happening? Hey, I know I got gum in my mouth. We just gonna go and set the tone. We gonna set the tone, my boy. I know I got gum in my mouth. I don't care. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. I'm still fasted, but I got to give y'all this work. I didn't drop yesterday on this channel, so I got to give y'all this work today. So no excuses. Fresh off that clock, fresh to the clock. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know how we get done. You smell me? I go by done, though. If you new to the channel, folk, go ahead and like, comment, sub it up. I said I was gonna stop doing that. My bad. It's a habit, gang. We're gonna sip on this C4. Y'all know I'm a caffeine junkie, man. I had a cup of coffee today. Then I had a Starbucks energy drink. Now we're gonna have a C4. You know what I mean? Lord, watch over me, God. Don't let the caffeine take me out. Straight up. Alright, I'm gonna take the gum out. I ain't gonna even do y'all like that. Y'all the mob. Even though y'all ain't got me to 2100, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. You feel what I'm saying? Take the little gum out. But hey though, man, we gotta tap into this, man. So I haven't reacted to one of these in a while. And y'all know I was doing a whole little series, right? Of where, like, I look at, not paperwork, but I look at documentaries or things like documentaries of people who claim to be gangster, claim to be tough, claim to be street, but they told. And my source is Big Bubba, man, 1090 Jake. Some of y'all may go to Whack. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Whack really don't be need no paperwork. Whack just, if Whack don't like you or Whack feel like he gonna get some views and he gonna get some content, then Whack gonna say you a rat. Whack say, what his name? Pooh Shiesty a rat. I ain't looked into the logistics of it, but I ain't calling Shiesty no rat until 1090 Jake say you want. If Jake ain't said it, I don't believe it. Straight up. But hey, we're gonna get into this one though, bro. This is G-Face. Now, I don't know G-Face from a can of paint. But a lot of the subs, they were sending me, they were like, bro, do this one, bro. Do this one. This is a crazy one. So I was like, all right, we're going to do G-Face. So we're going to get into it, bro. Well, this boy G-Face really a rat. Let's see what's cracking.
When you put your business out there, it becomes everyone's. But when you put other people's business out, you become a target. The feds have officially indicted none other than 39-year-old Yuri Kachikian, who's more commonly known as G-Face. If you subscribe to No Jumper, you've likely seen G-Face before. An Armenian immigrant, G-Face would gain notoriety for his ties to the South Side.
What he is? He's a minion? Like that's a race or something? I didn't know that. I'm scared of these. I would not run up on these guys right here, though. What are they? Are they Mexican? Like, straight up. I'm asking for me, gang. Hold on, gang. Hello?
You still reacting?
No, when I was talking to you, I ain't even started yet. But I don't start it now. What about you at?
On my way home.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll be up here. Alright, gang. So, yeah. She ain't hang up in my face, dude. I know y'all like, call her back, dude. Call her back. Nah, man, it is what it is. I don't think she meant to. But anyway, yeah, man, like, minion. He's a minion immigrant. Like, what is that? Where that at? You feel me? That's what I'm asking. Drop it in the comment section.
A predominantly Mexican gang with historic roots, stretching from Los Angeles and all throughout the California prison system. Before his interview with No Jumper, G-Face could be seen alongside controversial rapper Swifty Blue in a video that went viral warning visitors of Los Angeles to check in.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Nothing against immigrants and things of that nature. Like, we rock with y'all, bro. But what y'all mean? Like, what? I done seen it all. An immigrant telling citizens to check in? Hell no. Hell no. Ain't no way, bro. Hell no.
And the southern side. I'm right here with the homie from White Fence. Check it out. If you ever in Los Angeles and you out here handling business, make sure you tap in with some solid homies for your own security. The streets is dangerous. If you're not tapped in, you will get stepped on. Believe that. You will get stepped on. Believe that.
Yeah, we should have known he was a rat. I ain't even got no more of the video. Him pulling that gun out, doing all that crazy stuff at 39 years old says a lot about him. Straight up, bro. Like, let's just be real, bro. And I do understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people be stuck in their ways or whatever, but by the time you 39, bro, like, come on, man. By the time you 39, you don't even really supposed to be having no blicks on you, man. You supposed to have them ones around you with the blicks. You did. Like, straight up, bro.
Streets is dangerous. Tap in. Tap the fuck in.
How the hell y'all gonna tell somebody to tap in when y'all... Okay.
Swifty Blue would speak highly of G-Face to Adam22, securing him a no-jumper interview that would gain over 500,000 views. G-Face would describe moving from Armenia to Los Angeles at a young age.
Armenia,
and
okay.
Losing his cousin to gang violence. Adapting to the culture, G-Face would claim at only 15, he was arrested for 2 attempted murders on the same gang that took his cousin's life. According to G-Face, he wouldn't be released until he was 34.
I'm from West LA. I'm from
So that's why he's still doing all this nonsense at 39. He went to the chain gang at a young age. He didn't get out till he was 34, so he got a lot of living to do, bro. Like, he missed, like, almost all of his 20s and almost all of his 30s, folks. So, okay, I get it now. I get it. I understand. Okay.
I went to prison at the age of 15, so I wasn't really out here in the scene. I'm 38 years old now. I went to prison at the age of 15. I got out at 34. I got charged as an adult.
Okay.
So what did you do that you got like 20 years?
Basically, my charge was attempted murder, 2 attempted murders, dropped down the attempted manslaughter, and 3 counts of armed robbery.
Wait a minute, bro. Wait 1 minute. How you got attempted murder drop down to manslaughter? I thought manslaughter is when somebody died, right? Man, y'all get in the comments, man. I need y'all to let me... Like, manslaughter is when somebody actually died, but say, like, you didn't really plan to unalive them, right? An attempted murder is like an attempt, which means that you planned to kill them, but they didn't lose their life. Now, I've heard that in some places, attempted murder is worse than murder. But how can they charge you with manslaughter when nobody died? I don't know. It don't make no sense.
Now, this interview would spiral into a gang of conspiracy theories and accusations. Not only photos, but whole songs would be dug up showing a younger, less tatted, no beard having G-Face rapping by the name Lil Ghost and claiming a gang known as Armenian Power.
Fuck all you rap bastards snitching and shit.
I ain't gonna count without that beard. He look like a white boy. Straight up. I ain't gonna lie to you, folk. But I understand. Straight up.
Tipping in the drop top, please. New Ghost Capone, sing I'm 20 games. Got the Glock on my side, extra clip for backup. Extended clips in case he's busters act up.
This would contradict his original story of being from White Fence 13, a known rival of Armenian Power. Rumors began circulating that G-Face, or Ghostface, or Lil Ghost, was attempting to cover up his past. Not long after, he'd be accused of snitching, and appeal transcripts would be discovered stating Ghost, aka Yuri, testified and identified in court the man that shot at him. Whack 100 would even confront G-Face to his face about the paperwork.
Not wet.
So Yuri is a dude that...
No, Yuri's me. You talking
Yuri
about
is you.
Yeah.
Yuri admitted
Harmonious.
that at the preliminary hearing, he identified April Hamian as the driver and the person who shot at him. And he had told the police that Skinny was the only person in the car. Is it real or fake? That's what that come down to.
I got the real paperwork right here.
Why ask them in they face?
Look, check this out.
G-Face was now starting to feel the heat.
Oh, he sweat.
But didn't even know the feds
he sweat.
were about to raise the temperature. A federal indictment would reveal Yuri, aka Ghost, and his wife were now facing federal charges for conspiring to commit wire fraud, committing wire fraud, and engaging in a monetary transaction in property derived from unlawful activity.
But that crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
Face also seems to confirm his previous alias, as he's documented as Ghost.
Y'all heard that?
The one from Armenian Power. So how the fuck did this happen? According to the indictment, Yuri and Yelena owned two businesses together and shared a bank account. Between July 2020 and June of 2021, the feds alleged the couple applied for small business loans and PPP loans by falsifying business documents. They'd received two...
Man, I ain't gonna count with y'all, bro. That PPP joint was crazy, bro. And I'm so happy that I didn't indulge in it. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Like, I got a legit business, so I wasn't, like, getting funds and just going crazy like some folk. You feel me? Like, nah. But it was crazy as hell the way they were just giving out that money. But now they locking y'all black ass up. And Mexican ass, too, look like.
Loans worth $290,000 on top of a PPP loan worth $20,000.
Oh, my God.
So why is this news? Well, it just so happens that while G-Face was on No Jumper telling prison war stories, in reality, his face was no good. No matter who you are, if you've been to prison, you know there's always a cell waiting for you. And the wrong move will have guards welcoming you back home. G-Face knew he had a target on his back.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that. Like, don't just let that slip over y'all head. Like, no matter who you are, bro, once you go into prison, bro, it's always a bed for you. Hell, even if you ain't never been, it's a bed for you. You feel me?
His only way to get out was to expose the past he's been hiding.
Oh, my God.
A motion for review of magistrate's order of detention would be filed on Yuri's behalf. The feds want to keep him in custody, and this was Yuri's lawyer's chance to explain why he's a good citizen and should be released from custody until trial. It would also state he has concerns about his safety during his detention. His lawyer would state although Yuri has led a colorful life, he is neither a flight risk.
Bro, y'all don't hear that? Hold on, folks.
Hello?
You at the crib?
Hello?
I said you at the house?
Yeah, I'm in my room.
Oh, all right. I was in here and stuff. All right, then. Yeah. Gang. Thought I was finna have to go get screened up, bro. I ain't capping.
Nor a danger to the community. He has a wife, 3 children, a house, numerous relatives, and a remarkable, thriving new business. In short, he has every incentive to stay in the United States. Leaving the U.S. would not only destroy his business, but also put his family in...
I know he ain't capping like that. Like, he just wouldn't just go back to where he from. Stop playing, bro. I got a wife, a business that I was scamming with. I got children, but y'all let me go. I promise I'm not gonna flee. I'm not gonna flee. I ain't gonna flee. Man, they would let his ass go. Y'all know he would have been on the first. He would have been over there. Straight up.
Himself at risk. Yuri has been a target of the Mexican mafia since 2006 when he was stabbed repeatedly and left for dead. He cooperated against the mafia members who stabbed him and has been forced to live with a green light hit hanging over his head. Since that time, there has been several attempts and threats on his life, including recently, and he has had weapons in the house to defend himself. Come to find out, Yuri isn't even a U.S. citizen and is a documented alien.
Oh my God. I told you, he ain't even no U.S. citizen, bro. And he telling folk they got to check in to L.A.
According to his lawyer, he came to the U.S. at only 9 years old, and he checks in with ICE once a year, providing all of his information. His entire family is now in the U.S. He's been married for 13 years and has 3 kids aged 16, 13, and 5. He's responsible for taking care of his mother and mother-in-law, as his father and father-in-law both passed away. Opening a trucking company, he started with 1 truck and 1 driver before expanding into a thriving business. Then in late 2022, early 2023, he came up with an idea. Knowing the most difficult part of the trucking business is starting it, he offered to mentor anyone willing to pay his one-time $5,000 consulting fee. In his first year, he had over 700 customers.
I know you lying. I know you lying, bro. I know you lying.
For all of these reasons, ICE has chosen not to deport him. Unfortunately for Yuri, he didn't become a legit millionaire until after committing fraud, and now it was coming back to bite him. Yuri was now begging for a bond as his business depends on it, and each day spent in jail is another day his success fades away. Giving more reasons as to why Yuri isn't a flight risk, it would state in 2012 he caught a case and never attempted to leave. His lawyer would state if he were to flee to Armenia, it would almost certainly be a death sentence as he cannot protect himself there the way he can in the U.S. It would expose him in a way that he has not been exposed in years and would make it easy for the Mexican mafia to have him killed. Now, holy shit. This sounds nothing like the stories told on No Jumper. And if my math is math, then Yuri was born in 85. So if he got locked up at 15, that would have been the year 2000. And if he was stabbed in 2006, that means he was stabbed in prison by the Mexican mafia and cooperated against them at only 21 years old.
Okay.
Start a new career in real estate.
Where you going with it, Jake?
If he served a 20-year sentence, he's 39 years old, and was released at 34, that means he's only been home for 5 years. So how the fuck was he married for 13 with a 16-year-old, 13-year-old, and 5-year-old kid? And he caught another outside charge in 2012.
Okay.
Unless he lied about it all.
He just a mascot.
According to Yuri's lawyer,
he just a mascot, bro. He just looked the part, bro. He's an entertainer. That's exactly what he is. He's really a trucker, bro. He just wanted to finesse the rap game, bro. And he kind of knew exactly how to do it. All right, let's do it like this. You feel me? Yeah.
Yuri was not a danger to the community. He is an asset. To understand his current position, it is necessary to review his history, both criminal and as a government witness. In 2000, at 15 years old, Yuri was arrested for second-degree robbery. The circumstances of the robbery did not involve a gun, and he was arrested for taking $40 from a person with a knife, sentenced to 4 years in prison, and given 2 strikes. So G-Face completely lied on No Jumper about avenging his dead cousin, attempting to murder 2 rivals, and doing 20...
He knew the story, bro, but it didn't make sense from the jump, though. Check this, right? It kind of didn't make sense. Man, my bad. Where'd it go? It kind of didn't make sense from the jump, because he said that... This is basically what he said. He said that, and I would rewind it, but I know y'all like done. Just move on. But like I said, he was charged with 2 attempts, and they dropped 2 attempts to manslaughter. Come on, man. He's just a mascot. He a mascot for the streets, bro. He just looked the part, bro. Straight up.
8 years in prison. In fact, the DEA became involved with Yuri back in 2005 when he was only 20 and began using him as an informant. He provided the DEA with names and evidence against several people that resulted in arrests and convictions. The government does not dispute his involvement with the DEA and his cooperation. After several arrests were made, including members of the Mexican Mafia, it became clear to the community that Yuri was an informant. Word was put out that he was a snitch and needed to be taken out. And shortly after, he'd be attacked by two men and stabbed multiple times. He managed to survive, but it would take months to fully recover. The Glendale Police Department pressured Yuri to give up the names of the two men who stabbed him so they could arrest them. At first, Yuri was reluctant because he knew it would lead to more retaliation, but the detective insisted, even threatening him with jail if he didn't reveal the names.
Oh, yeah.
Yuri was assured
Can't go
that
back
if
to
he
jail.
arrested, then he wouldn't have to testify, so he gave up the names, and they were arrested for attempted murder. Neither man would take a plea, meaning Yuri now had to testify, and it only took a little convincing before Yuri agreed and testified against them.
Oh, my God.
He knew doing so would increase the pressure on him as a target of the Mexican Mafia, and he later learned he was number 1 on their hit list. The government back then realized he was in danger and arranged for him to move to Atlanta and start a new life. The move didn't go well, and he moved back to Los Angeles with his family. Within 1 year of moving back, he was attacked, and Yuri stabbed one of the men, sending him to the hospital. Yuri refused to cooperate at this point. He told the officers the reason he's in the position he's in is because he cooperated before, and he was never going to do it again. It was explained to him if he did not cooperate, he would likely be charged, as you can't go a self-defense route without cooperation.
What?
But for the first time in Yuri's criminal life, he'd actually do something honorable. He told the police he'd rather do prison time than put himself and his family further at risk. If only he thought like that before becoming a whole DEA fucking informant, he would have avoided all of this.
Yeah.
Yuri would end up being arrested for the stabbing and took a plea sending him to prison for the next 7 to 8 years. Law enforcement was aware of him being an informant, and the Mexican Mafia hit on him, so he was placed in protective custody. When he was released, he wanted to start a new life, but he still had the potential hit hanging over him. He moved to a location where he could not be found and started his trucking business. Finding success, he'd move his family into a home where he has put in larger walls, iron gates, 35 cameras, and part-time security.
What about scared to hell,
Yuri's
ain't?
lawyer would go out of his way to show that in 2024, the hit over Yuri's head is still very much active. To underscore the ongoing threat, Yuri received a recent Instagram message from someone named Bozo, who sent him a picture of his house with the message that his days are numbered. In one of the pictures, his wife, daughter, and dog are all visible.
Oh my God, that would have scared, but that would have scared the hell out of me, boy. I would have said, bro, just come on, do what you gotta do to me, gang. You know what I'm saying? Just come on, do what you gotta do to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a picture of my wife, my daughter, and my dog, bro. Come on, man, come do what you gotta do to me. Whatever it is you trying to do, come on. I bet he didn't do that. He probably moved.
Instagram messages saved on his phone that the police took during the search, and if they bring the phone to court, Yuri can show the threatening Instagram message. So apparently Yuri still isn't done snitching.
Telling like
his
hell.
online beef with Bozo is documented through social media.
Yeah, Bozo can't do nothing to him.
When I did this whole YouTube shit, what I did was I was going to show my fans, haters, whoever's watching, nothing but realness, 100% authenticity. Bro, I'm too rich for you to go to war with me, dog. Think about this. I could drop $40,000 right now for one of your little homies to off you, dog.
But you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that, gang. First of all, bro, you done prove, gang, that your ass don't want to go to prison. Your ass do not want to do no hard time, bro. You ain't trying to do that shit. And then you went to the internet. Like, if it was me, bro, and I really had them rack age like that, bro, I had that money like that, dog, I wouldn't say nothing, bro. I just do it. I just do it, man. If I'm rich, how he say he rich, he done made $3.5 million off of trucking and things of that nature, bro. And somebody sending me a picture of my wife, my dog, and my baby, bro. And before I come on the internet and tell Bozo, whoever, hey, this what I can do, I just do it. Or why you just want to pay the Mexican Mafia to stay off your ass, gang? Money talk, bro. Bullshit walk. That's a fact, though.
You saying I'm a snitch. Why are you not doing something about it?
Yuri's
They
entire
trying.
criminal history will be summed up with the robbery for $40, stabbing someone, attacking him for snitching, and a fight in 2020 with one of his childhood friends. Yuri would plead guilty to felony assault with a deadly weapon and do 3 months in jail. At no point was he charged with attempted murder. At all times, he was in protective custody. And currently, G-Face is being held inside the San Bernardino County Jail in protective custody because of threats on his life for being a DEA informant. When the feds raided G-Face's home, they'd find an unregistered handgun in a bush, multiple guns in a safe, and $20,000 in cash.
How did LoopNet become the most popular place
For self-defense, and the guns in the safe were registered to his wife, who applied for the Los Angeles Police Department. His lawyer would also highlight how even though G-Face is in protective custody, that is no guarantee that he can be protected. Michael Torres, a Mexican mafia member, was recently stabbed to death in the LA County Jail while in administrative segregation and thought to be untouchable.
That's crazy.
Yuri understands he's likely facing prison time for his federal charges and is begging the courts to release him to not only save his business, but so he can relocate his family to protect them. With all that being said, federal prosecutors don't give a fuck and don't want him released. If anyone was unsure about G-Face snitching, his own lawyer would confirm he's the textbook definition of a fucking rat. And you think with all that money G-Face made, his lawyers would have attempted to seal these documents from getting released. But no, his whole case is publicly available. His whole life story has been a fabrication made up in an attempt to find internet fame, and even though he found legitimate success, his past caught up with him. With any and all Fed cases, it can be expected that G-Face goes to federal prison, but with his history of snitchery and the fact that he's charged with fraud, he'll most likely end up at a camp full of inmates just like him. Yuri, or G-Face, is a real example of how snitching can and does carry consequence. He's been stabbed, hospitalized, and targeted almost half his life because he chose to be an informant. He'd change his name, change his gang, and create a new storyline for the internet while flashing money and paying for friendships he never had. He'd recreate who he wanted to be while denying who he was. And now at 39 years old, he's back in a cell on the verge of losing it all as his past has once again become his present.
I ain't gonna count, bro. G-Face took what Rick Ross did. He took it to another level, gang. Like that man, but he really created a character, bro, and came up. The man created a character and actually came up, bro. That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. I ain't gonna count. But I know y'all probably wondering, like, okay, Don, so what do you think? Is he a snitch? Is he not a snitch? Come on, I think that's self-explanatory. The man is a big rat, bro. I'm saying the man is a rat. But he was smart. He was a smart rat. He finessed the internet out of all this money, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is what I think he did. I think he probably was a criminal at one time. I think he probably did indulge in the streets. You feel me? But he couldn't take the heat. So instead of staying in the kitchen, bro, he got the hell out. They say if you can't take the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen. So he got out of the kitchen, bro. But he understood what being a street guy could do for him on the internet. So he created this whole persona, bro. And he flashed his trucking money so it could kind of look like street money. But then he realized, hey, bro, I really can mentor up and coming truckers. You know what I mean? So he did that, made millions off of that, bro. But he still could not escape the streets because he didn't play well by the streets. And I can guarantee you that Mexican gangs are way more harsh than black gangs. And I'm just saying what I see, because I see a lot of people rat and get out and buy Bentleys and go chill on the block and do all that, bro. You feel me? This man, he'll rat it, and he had to move his whole entire family. And he couldn't even go back to where he was from. They gonna kill him. They gonna kill him. And I think it's like that today when it comes to like Mexicans. And they just, know, they gonna stick to that code. But he locked up right now in protected custody, probably still saying he's not a snitch. This man said he had 2 attempts, bro, and they went down to manslaughter. This man said he spent almost all his life in the chain gang, and he had a wife, a 13-year-old, 15-year-old, 8-year-old. This man, this man, dog, he did his big one. He did his big one, but he's just an entertainer. You feel me? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may feel different. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about it though in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring that bell. After y'all ring that bell though, make sure y'all hit all, cause I don't need y'all to be missing none of these bangers, man. Y'all know we coming with it, man. Hey, who up next? Who done snitched that we need to see? You know what I'm saying? Did they really snitch? Who up next? Let me know. 2100, I need that. 3K, y'all know where that. 10K, we gonna get that. 100K, we got that. No cap. Believe in yourself at all times, man. And keep God first, you feel me? I'ma holler at y'all in the next video, man. They call me done. Go. I didn't mean to hit my hat either. It just went like that. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers, I just bust another jewel, got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer, got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap, doing numbers, the trap.